I'm self-diagnosed as having aging jock syndrome. I've always been pretty active, and things just start wearing out. So I was used to the normal aches and pains that came along, but then in April, it started hurting pretty constantly. It progressed very quickly. From April until May, I went from just having some pain to not being able to walk. I couldn't do anything. The last 2 weeks, I was essentially bedridden. And it was just one of those unusual cases, according to my doctor, where the cartilage just peeled out from the joint completely. He described it as these tires you see on the interstates where the outer rim has come off in one fell swoop, and that's what happened to the hip. So the key to this that I know now with proficiency is to get moving. It's not like other orthopedic surgery where you have to isolate it for a while. So they got me out of bed after about 12 hours, I think. I sat in a chair for about 2 hours, and then it was like time to get up and walk with your walker. The amazing thing about it was having been prepared for it, like by going to joint camp. I kind of knew what was coming. There weren't any surprises. So yeah, there was pain, but I was walking that night. I did a good 50 feet the night after the surgery with my walker. When I got the calls, like, you know, you got joint camp the week before your surgery, it was like, what is joint camp, you know? And it was like, okay, I'll play along. I mean, seriously, I went in, if it's really stupid, I'll leave. It was great. I mean, they told me what to do, what was going to happen. They told me what I was going to need to do. I mean, all this stuff was kind of handled. So again, everything that came along, it wasn't like, oh, I've already heard about this. There was no surprises. It was great. It was really worthwhile. I attended an exercise class of the Y just over one day after a week I'd had surgery. The pain, it was amazing how quickly the pain left, but it was also amazing how quickly the movement came back. To go from being incapacitated totally and essentially bedridden to, you know, having full movement with no pain in 3 weeks was amazing. I had my burn-in, actually. My burn-in was going to be hiking up to Big Glassy at Sandberg, and I had that 3 weeks to the day after the surgery. I was back in full mode. I'd completed therapy. Everything was good to go, and I was released. I was as good, I was better than you. The orthopedic wing is just marvelous. I mean, they've been down this road so many times before, but you're still not just a number. You know, it's what do you need? And they were fun. I mean, it was not like, you know, there was some joy in this thing of like, you know, you aren't hurting anymore and you've got a new piece to you. So it was wonderful. I mean, I would readily recommend it for anyone to have joint replacement. It's just as painless and pain-free and easy, I think, as something like this can be. I've lived everywhere, and you know, Lenox Hill in New York City, some of the best rated, highly rated hospitals in the world. And anything I've ever gotten at Pardee is as good as anything I've ever gotten anywhere else.